just like most people in this field, like they find themselves here because of some type of adverse experience, and I was one of them. So when I was younger, I sought out some advice from a friend. They pushed me to seek professional help, and I did that, and I realized the benefit and the impact that the professional help can have. So now I'm just in a position that I really want to pay it forward. So personally, I've always battled this like a weight loss battle, right? And so I've always been on this roller coaster ride of gaining weight and losing weight, and it stinks, especially because weight has a lot to do with your self-esteem, and going through that emotional roller coaster was no fun. So it all started when I was like 17, and by the time I was like 22, I realized I needed something that was more sustainable. And I was kind of sick of the ups and the downs, and I kind of wanted to just be on this even keel. So I was watching this documentary, it's Cowspiracy. That's the documentary that I watched, and it was about how inefficient modern production of factory farming and animals, or creating these animals for food production or food consumption, and how wasteful it is to use all of our Earth's resources to produce something that is just not efficient. So it was like, I don't remember the specific statistics, but it's like 100 gallons of water for like your typical 5 ounces of meat, and that's just not a sustainable way of living. You know, through my research and understanding of depression, you know, specifically, we talk about different lifestyle changes and different ways to kind of soothe anxiety and depression and help themselves kind of feel better. And there's tangible ways of doing that. Nutrition is one of those things that you can kind of have in your hands. You do it, it's an action. So it's a little easier to kind of abide by, and it's something that can really change the way that you feel because of the biochemistry of your body and the interaction of the chemicals and the nutrition from the food. Pretty neat interaction. Fat, sugars, and salts in your body, or when they are in your body, they increase dopamine levels in your brain. And so you feel good. That's the concept of comfort food. But ultimately, if you eat these things all the time, you create this dependence on this outside source of dopamine. And so your body decides, hey, we need to be efficient, and we don't need to make it ourselves because we're getting it from an outside source all the time. So it's not like a leading contributor to depression, but it definitely doesn't help. So I kind of talk about that relationship frequently. Get rid of the stuff that you don't necessarily need. So like a candy bar in the middle of the day, or an extra soda, or just like something like you can pick and choose. You don't necessarily need to reamp the entire diet, but you know, you just got to pick and choose your battles. And I look at the value of things. So there's really little value of a candy bar, although I like them and I eat them. But you just gotta kind of participate in those kind of indulgences as periodically and not very often. Anyway, my advice is just to kind of cut out the stuff that you don't need.